I tell you what, when it comes to our first responders, we Floridians are happier than a lonely spouse whose Tinder account is filled with out-of-state linemen. But when it comes to the people in charge of those said first responders, our patience is wearing thin. Check this out. The men and women out here working are being threatened by the Hillsborough County Administrator that if they don't show up for storm work, they will be terminated. However, when they did show up for hurricane storm work in Debbie, a bunch of them didn't get paid. So if you don't get paid, why would you show up? They want to know why. I wanted to know why. I put in a public records request, but of course the county is saying the storm, we don't have to answer that right now. They probably answer it after November though. What do our bureaucrats do after a hurricane comes through Florida? Photo ops. Let's take a look at Chad Chronister. Right after a hurricane, he jumped on one of his airboats and took Ashley Moody through the flooded streets of Tampa. And you're probably saying, well, that's not so bad. The entire boat was filled with politicians while people actually needed rescued. In Hillsborough County, people are posting it on Facebook, but we have 3 boats to drive Ashley Moody through the flooded streets of Tampa. 1 boat for Ashley Moody, Chad Chronister, and all their people. 1 boat to go in front of them and take pictures of Ashley Moody, Chad Chronister, and all their people. And a 3rd boat to also take pictures of Chad Chronister, Ashley Moody, and their people from a different angle. This also happens with the news media. The news media and dignitaries get treated like royalty after a storm. They get thrown right on an airboat and paraded around. Don't believe me? Check out CBS. CBS reporter was on an airboat. They were passing people in waist-deep water to show the reporter how deep the water is. And at night, when there's no power, there's no lights anywhere, there's police helicopters flying around, there's police flying through your neighborhood, if you pick up the phone and you call the non-emergency number for Hillsborough County Sheriff and go, hey, what's with all the sheriffs going on? They'll go, oh, they're just out looking for an animal. What kind of animal? A tiger? I didn't know Hillsborough County Sheriff played hide and go seek with animals at night with their helicopter, but evidently they do. The men and women on boards like this is where all of Floridians' problems come from. See, us crackers knew never to build on land like this because it floods. And if you did build on it, put it on stilts. So why is it developers are able to get approvals to build cookie cutter houses on land that is known to flood anytime they want to? Well, the bureaucrats tell us that developers have property rights. But my question back to the bureaucrats is this. Why is it long-time established taxpayers have no property rights when a developer wants to build in a floodplain? When they want to change the flow of land that makes my property flood, why do my rights never come into the play here? Why is it we only care about developers' rights? You no longer have representation in the state of Florida. Only developers do because they have the money to buy the representation. That's how it works in Florida. They want to build 1,900 homes right here. They pump the water from the levee over to the property where they want to build 1,900 homes and brand new warehouses. You're only going to be adding to the insurance crisis if this happens. I'm Matt the Welder. God bless America, and I really miss George Jones. If you would like to donate to our hurricane supply effort, you still can. There's still time. You can do our GoFundMe, you can do our Amazon wish list, or you can come out in person and still drop them off like people have been. Yes, there's a tree down in the driveway, but there's also half of a driveway open, so you can still drop them off. I'll get to that tree later.